What's good, family? We right back with another video. So y'all know they saying we just watched that video about Hernandez Govan. They said they got a 200 ball on his head. I'm talking about they got a brand new lamb truck on the dude who got Young Dolph knocked off head. Do you hear me? So we're about to watch this video right now that is really breaking down the final hours of Young Dolph. I told y'all that was one of my favorite artists, not only because his music, because he actually changed his community for the better and changed all his people's lives. And he did it through real money, real emotion, real power. So I think that's something that we could learn from. And I think that's somebody who made an impact that's similar to what we're looking for. So let's watch this video together. Let's get straight into it.
Wednesday, November 17th, 2021, Memphis would change forever. It was the day an icon in the city and a legend in the music industry was lost. Born into the world as Adolph Thornton Jr., he became known by a number of names, mainly Young Dolph, Mr. Paper Route Frank, and the King of Memphis. On that particular Wednesday on November 17th, 2021, Dolph was on a special mission in the city of Memphis. There was this one bakery that he always loved shopping at and supporting, Makita's Butter Cookies. Dolph always showed love and support for the business on a regular basis. Their bond was that of family.
So it's affecting our family now, because we do consider Dolph, anytime you walk into there, walk into Makita's, you consider family. When Dolph came here, he was considered family.
But that's really his
Between 10 a.m. to noon, Dolph was riding through his city in his signature camouflage Corvette. Dolph pulled up to the gas station just a short distance away from Makita's to put some fuel in his vehicle. At this point, clips of him like the one at the gas station was already on social media. And sure enough, with his vehicle standing out and easily recognizable, Dolph was already in the sights of his pursuers. Leaving the gas station, he pulled into the parking lot of Makita's a little after noon, getting ready to make his way into the establishment. Little did he know, he was moments away from losing his life. What makes the following events even more chilling is the reason Dolph visited the bakery on that particular day. He was there to purchase cookies for his mother. Without knowing the end was near, he exited his vehicle and entered into Makita's. That was the cue for those plotting on his life. His pursuers pulled up outside and shot up the building. Young Dolph was hit multiple times before they jumped into a white two-door Mercedes-Benz right behind Dolph's vehicle, making their escape. Both men had on gloves and masks when carrying out the murder. Their weapon appeared to be a semi-automatic rifle and a handgun.
He put up with a K.
While the killers made their way from the crime scene, Dolph was fighting for his life.
They broke
and then
down,
you can hear my dad, he was just like, stay with me, Dolph, just stay with me, bro. He kept saying it, so that's when we was like, okay,
just doing anything.
It was Dolph. So
he was hit 22 times.
So this was I think this was the dude who was the rapper, Straight Drop. He had the handgun. This dude, I don't even remember his name, bro. He was some junkie that used to show up to the trap, and the Govan dude sent them off, right? So this junkie did it. They told him they was gonna get 100 bands each. He gave this goofy $800, and both of them ended up getting a lot of years in prison.
In his forehead, temple, face, back, arms, chest, abdomen, chin, neck, wrist, and shoulder.
The hood cry about
Officers responded to the fatal shooting at 2370 Airways Boulevard, the site of Makita's homemade butter cookies, at 12:24 p.m. to find Young Dolph unresponsive at the scene. Paramedics did everything within their power to resuscitate the rapper, but Dolph, who survived two shooting attempts on his life prior, succumbed to injuries, mainly those to his head, neck, and torso. His time of death was officially recorded by on-site paramedics as 12:39 p.m. The world was left in shock. Young Dolph wasn't only a rapper, but a father, a family man, a community activist, and an inspiration to others trying to find success chasing their dreams. The entire city gathered as his camouflage vehicle was removed, almost as a send-off to Dolph, proving his passing to be true. Now one clock stopped, but another was still ticking. Justice needed to be served, not only for Dolph, but for all the lives he touched that were hurting.
Yeah, they started spanking.
The police presence was gathered in full force, and the hunt was on.
If y'all killed that man,
3 days later, on November 20th, a break appeared to arrive in the investigation.
See how hurt 3 days was. I ain't lose no rap, buddy. I lost a big brother. When I wanted to get his rap, you talked me out of it, bro. You always told me you the one, motivated me to stay. And I'm gonna miss them long talks and everyday motivation. We just come from the same the trap. So when I seen you do it, it motivated me for real. We lost a legend. To your family, your 2 kids, your girl, your mama, your daddy, that shit messed up. I think Baker and Freddie, I think he locked up right now for getting off all types of peas. Free that man.
On November 20th, a break appeared to arrive in investigations when the getaway vehicle was located by authorities in the Orange Mound neighborhood. With the vehicle found, the owner could be tracked down, and evidence led to the woman whose relative borrowed the car and was robbed by the said shooter, who then used the vehicle to take Dolph's life.
Wow.
The 22-year-old relative borrowed the car from the owner and made a quick stop at the gas station off Kirby Road just after 7:30 p.m. She informed police officers 2 men armed with assault rifles came up and demanded the car. One of them hit her in the face with the barrel of the gun. The owner, who was called at the time of the incident, states, "Oh, I really thought they were going to kill her. I mean, that's all I was thinking. I'm going to hear her die right here on the phone. She's going off, you know. She was standing up for herself and even at one point kept them from possibly putting her in the car with them. But luckily, they took the car and not her life." The case was growing stronger as the evidence stacked up. On January 5th, another big break came when authorities released information on the suspect for the murder of young Dolph, Justin Johnson, also known as the aspiring rapper Straight Drop. Investigations further revealed the cruel fate of what happened. Justin was once someone within the camp of young Dolph. A $15,000 reward was issued, and it was only a matter of time that incoming tips led authorities directly to Justin. The strategy worked in spooking him to make a public post on his Instagram account to declare his innocence by deciding to turn himself in at a particular time and date.
Stupid little boy.
However, Justin used his post as a distraction to go on the run. Not only that, he was brazen enough to show no remorse for what he was being accused of and released a music video titled Trackhawk on the day he was to turn himself in. Justin taunted authorities, and looking into his background, it was clear why. He was no stranger to the law. His legal issues spanned into multiple charges and arrests. In fact, at the time of Dolph's murder, he was already wanted on an outstanding warrant for violation of federal supervised release connected to a previous weapons case. Eyes further focused on Justin as investigators uncovered a past music video for his song, Going Straight In, which was shot at the location where the white Mercedes was found. Even if the video was now removed from YouTube, it was too late, as clips already fell into the hands of investigators.
Idiot.
The manhunt was on.
That's just dumb.
Johnson was now wanted for first-degree murder, criminal attempt first-degree murder, and theft of property between $10,000 and $60,000.
Right.
6 days later, U.S. Marshals captured Justin Johnson in Indiana. And with him, they apprehended Shundale Barrett, who officers concluded was assisting Justin with his escape as he was in the car at the time of arrest. Shundale was arrested and charged with accessory after the fact to first-degree murder. With 2 now in cuffs, cops released information on another suspect, Cornelius Smith, who they had in custody since December 9th after his fingerprints were found inside the stolen vehicle. On January 19th, Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith appeared in court for the first time before a judge in relation to the murder of young Dolph. Both men were given time to hire an attorney, but held without bond. On May 27th, they returned to court for a bond hearing, but was granted an extension to gather more evidence to present their case.
Interesting.
July 1st arrived with no difference in the previous hearing. Michelle Shaw, the attorney for Cornelius Smith, told the courts he was still in process of going through the 800 pages of written discovery along with surveillance of the crime that occurred. Currently, their new court dates are set for July 18th and July 29th for their bond hearing and to present possible new evidence to the court. The world has been tuned in to see justice brought for young Dolph, but the process is slowly moving forward. The latest updates list 2 more individuals as persons of interest in Dolph's murder: 26-year-old Devin Burns, along with Joshua Taylor of the same age.
Okay.
One of the 2, Devin Burns, was apprehended on separate charges of aggravated assault and a theft of property. According to an affidavit on June 6, 2021, a Jeep Grand Cherokee was stolen from Watkins Automotive in the 5400 block of Elmore Road. On June 30th, Memphis police recovered the vehicle on Deer Forest Drive and towed the city lot, where fingerprints were lifted from the passenger window and 2 chemically processed pieces of paper inside were the same as fingerprint impressions belonging to Burns. Even with his possible connection to Dolph's murder and his list of crimes, Burns has been reported to be out of imprisonment.
Oh, really?
Time will tell what were the involvement of Devin Burns and Joshua Taylor in Dolph's murder, if any at all. There have since been unfavorable updates in regards to a previous detained suspect, Shondell Barnett. A warrant for his arrest is currently in effect after he was released from custody, with authorities being unaware of his whereabouts and what appears to be a miscommunication or error in his release. His charges under the warrant have been updated to first-degree murder, accessory after the fact, attempted first-degree murder, and theft of property. It has been approximately 8 months since the world lost young Dolph. The pain is still healing.
All right, y'all. So that's really the whole story of what happened with young Dolph, his final hours and everything like that. So we kind of got the breakdown of what led up to that, to his untimely death, and then we got the last video where they really broke down the current situation of the case, and it's just all bad. So they freed the man who set all of this up, basically, because his hands was clean. He ain't put that work in. The 2 dudes we watched about did. So only time will tell what more will happen. I appreciate y'all for watching the video with MasoMoney. So make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and then just watch another video, family. I'll see y'all in the next one.